welcome to Berlin.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Welcome to ITB.
Thank you.
And we go right into the center
Sounds
of things because it's only a short interview. So my first question is, how would you describe the focus of your work and why do you think it is important for the industry, what you are doing?
Absolutely. So I think if you start high level, 70% of online experiences start with users searching for things that they're looking for. And so we're kind of sitting at the center of that, where a lot of them come to us asking questions and looking for answers from us. So we're an integral part of that travel experience and that entire travel journey as people are starting to discover where they potentially want to go throughout the funnel, from making their all the way down from a researching and booking standpoint. And then we help them users as well when they're actually on trips and vacations with the experience side of things as well. So we're core to that, as part of that journey that a lot of other folks are helping support. And the best way to think about it is we're a connector, right? So we're making connections between people, places, users, and partners to be able to provide all that information that users are looking for to hopefully make that experience, which is very, very hard, a little more easy and a little more delightful, and give them access to answers and questions to make their travel journey a whole lot better.
So what is the key message you want to convey at the ITB convention, and what are the insights you want the audience to take home with them?
Yeah, no, I think the key insight, we're hearing a lot of stats, over the last couple of days, and then you walk the floor here and you have, all sorts of vendors from, the entire ecosystem supporting this wonderful industry. And, I think about, when you go through the destination areas, and our role for a lot of those folks is helping with discovery. And I always felt Google's been a great place for users to discover different destinations. And I think some of the feedback we're hearing is generally optimism around, people wanting to travel more, spend more money on travel, and continue to be out there. And so I think it's exciting, and I think it's exciting for a lot of folks here on the floor to be able to take advantage of those user trends where, we had a rough period with the pandemic. Things kind of came out of it, and now I think we're in a pretty good position now, although we have some headwinds approaching us in a lot of different areas. But I think there's general, at least from some of the research that we've done and seen, there's general optimism around folks that want to travel more and folks that want to spend, more on travel. So I think it's key for those, either entities, destinations, hotel companies, kind of get down the list of all the suppliers in our industry to take advantage of that momentum. And so for us, the way we think about it a lot is being present, being on the shelf, ensuring, I think we're also at a tipping point as it relates to content. So for years, destinations and hotel companies, car rental companies, kind of get down the list. They've been evolving their content, but now with what's happening with automation and generative AI and all these, new technologies that are coming out there, it's important to continue to develop, a lot of great content, whether that be enhancing text, making photos better, or, stepping up as it relates to video. All that content is going to be important to continue to capture that demand as users are getting, travelers are getting much more demanding along the way. Think back to like a year plus ago when, AI started to really, take hold as it relates to the generative experiences. And even in that short period of time, we're talking like a year plus later, travelers are more demanding of the things that they're looking for now. So their expectations increase so significantly. And so it's important to keep up with that trend.
So it's basically, there's a lot of room for optimism because business is picking up, and you want to deliver that Google is at the side of the industry.
Yeah. And I think there's some challenges coming up, but I think generally there's optimism, right? And so the optimism is if there's demand out there and there's supply of those that want to fill that demand, we're here to help make that connection, to help them, meet the supply and demand and sell more of whatever they're trying to sell.
Okay. So, looking at the industry as a whole, the motto of this year's ITB convention is pioneer the transition in travel and tourism together. From your perspective or the perspective of your company, what is the biggest challenge of this transition, and how can it be tackled?
Yeah, so I think that what I was saying a minute ago is travelers' expectations are high, and their expectations out of the industry are high to provide them with great experiences, to give them great content. if you think about the hospitality industry and hotels specifically, uh, technology is very fragmented. And so, at any given property, you probably have 15, 20 systems running a property. So it's very, very hard. And now you layer on of what we're kind of heading into with automation and AI and generative AI experiences, they're now tasked with even more of a difficult challenge. But with those challenges, I think there's opportunity. And so, we hosted an event over the last couple of days with many of our partners who sit at the heart of this tech and the evolution of what we're seeing here. And so it's upon us as an overall ecosystem and industry to help merchants, to help suppliers, to help small businesses, every part of this industry take advantage of the trends that now travelers are starting to expect. And so it's not necessarily just laying on another piece of technology. It's utilizing those that are experts in these areas to help them with that journey to help evolve their experiences. And so there are challenges related to it. You can't hide behind them. There were challenges before any of this kind of new technology started surfacing. But I think it also creates an opportunity for those that embrace it early and find those that can help them develop these great experiences or help run their properties more efficiently. With travelers looking for more personalization, I think the CRM world in hotels is really going to have to step up and from a first-party data perspective, helping provide that information so they can give travelers the information that they're looking for and a little more custom in the experiences that they're going to be demanding. And because they know technology's out there, they're going to want those experiences. And so everybody needs to work together and partner together to figure out how to deliver those experiences.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned fragmentation,
Yeah.
and the promise is that AI might bring an end to fragmentation when it comes to traveling. I mean, we going to see that in the near future, or what's your...
I think the story has yet to be written. I think there's opportunity there. I think for some of the fragmentation that I talked about, let's go back to hotels again. You have property management systems, you have CRMs, you have CRSs, you have booking engines, you have websites, you have all these disparate systems trying to connect together in order to deliver, the basics from bookings to, more personalized experiences. And maybe this technology can now play a role, as you were saying, to connect this together and make it a little more seamless. And that would be the holy grail, where you can bring these systems where they can talk together. And then when you have information that then you can make decisions on and then build experiences around it to make it easier for travelers. To me, the biggest opportunity is taking a lot of pain out of the traveling, booking process specifically, and then providing more delight while they're actually traveling. Things that we think about a lot is, there's a lot of buildup to a trip. And while you're on vacation, whether it be leisure or business, there are a lot of things that you can find and discover while you're actually traveling now, especially with, we've been living in a decade plus of mobile devices where the expectations are, I can find stuff real time. I'm walking down the street, I can find a restaurant, I can book a reservation, I can find a tour and activity, I can find an attraction, I can get access to pricing, I can get all that, real time and find my directions to get there. As that continues to become advanced with all the technology that is coming, it's important for the ecosystem at large to understand that and especially help the merchant side of things. So think about the small tour operator, the hotel owner. Hotel owner can't wake up every day thinking about technology. They need to run hotels. They need to talk to guests. They need to help them with their journey and their stay. They need to change out hotel rooms. This is kind of the last thing they're thinking about. So the more the ecosystem at large can play a role in that education and helping them make these other things easy to delight the travelers at every step of the journey, the ecosystem at large will benefit.
I see. So we're now in the midst of the exciting details already, and there's so much more to talk about it. But I'm sorry to say our time is up already. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having you
Thanks.
here.
Appreciate it.